Hey, friends, welcome to this quick bonus episode of God-Sized Dreams. I wanted to pop in here with something super important, something that matters for those of you who have been watching my updates or considering joining the Screen Time Reset. And listen, this is a one and done episode, really meant to be quick. I don't have time for a lot of edits because I'm about to go into mom mode and cheer season, getting ready for our first state competition and all the things. So it's a little crazy here. So here's what I need you to know though. This is so important and I really want you to hear my heart. It's why I'm making a whole episode out of this. When I first created the Screen Time Reset, my plan was to run this as a group program. Honestly, I've done group coaching programs before and I love them. And honestly, I thought the topic was so simple and that it wouldn't require one-on-one support. And I also wanted to make this incredibly affordable and accessible. I wanted to feel easy for the women who can't invest in a full coaching program. And the structure of a group setting seemed like it would work perfectly. And this is one of the things where like sometimes we just have to be obedient. And I try really hard when God tells me to do something, I just do it. I say yes, and I do the work. I take action. But sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And then we got to take a step back and be like, okay, this is one of those times I don't regret launching what I did because God said do it. But I really need this to be a one-on-one. Like it needs to be one-on-one. And I know that now. And I tried really hard. And I think it's like the old patterns of before because I used to do group coaching and I love it. And again, my heart is I want this to be accessible to everybody. But one-on-one is still important. And so this is what we're going to talk about on this episode, the why behind it. And honestly, my transparency, do I have to give you all this information? No, I don't. I could just make the decision and let it be. But as someone who is called to pioneer and to go first, I want to leave footprints, not to show you what I did, but to show you how I follow God and point you to God, not me. And also in that, I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I make. And so if I can be fully transparent, eat some humble pie occasionally, I want that to be beneficial to those who are coming after me or who are called to do something similar to me. And so I'm going to be as transparent as possible. I hope that's okay. So again, I wanted to make this incredibly affordable and accessible. I wanted it to feel easy for the woman who couldn't invest in a full coaching package, and the structure of a group setting seemed like it would work. But the moment I started walking women through the early stages of this process, especially during these bonus calls, I realized something. Screen time struggles are deeply personal and the solutions need to be personal too. Some women use their phones to escape stress, some because of anxiety, some because of boredom, some for comfort, some just out of habit. Some, it's dopamine. For others, they feel mentally overloaded without it. For others, they're chasing success and constantly checking work messages or social media, or it's like a work-life boundary problem that is causing them to be on screens. And it's not even their phone, it's their computer. Everyone's triggers are different. Everyone's routines are different. Everyone's emotional patterns are different. And when you're trying to break an unhealthy habit, especially one that's stealing your time and your peace, you don't have extra time to waste. What I also noticed was that many women are already saying, oh, I'll catch the replay. And the truth is, most of you won't, not because you don't care, but because you're busy. Your bandwidth is limited. Your time is already stretched. You already feel like you're at max capacity with your time. And the whole point of this reset is to give you your time back, not add more pressure to your plate. And another big thing, obviously, Mondays at 7:15 will not work for everyone, but your personal breakthrough should not depend on one single time slot and being able to be there at that time. I really want to accommodate you. If you need Monday at 11 a.m., I want to make that possible. If you need Thursday at 7 p.m., I want to meet you there. If you genuinely need a later call because of work or family, I want to try to offer that too, even if 11 p.m. isn't my ideal hour. Why? Because I believe this work is that important. and the transformation you're stepping into is personal and it needs personal support. And here's the truth I also keep coming back to. There's power in one-on-one coaching that just cannot be replicated in a group. Most of you who are going to be coming into this have not worked with me before. You don't know what it's like to work with me. What you should know, though, is that working with me is not only about what you say, it's about what's not said. It's about what I can see in your face, your posture, your expressions, the hesitation in your voice, the heaviness behind a sentence. You simply cannot get the best of me, and I can't coach those nuances if you're listening to replays. And I strongly believe that if you haven't worked with me yet, most likely you are going to settle for replays because it's going to be hard for you to find the time. And also because 1 hour is a long time when you're stretched so thin. Most of you, I believe, will be able to find 30 minutes to consistently show up with me. 1 hour is a lot of time. Group coaching, I can't do a lot of group coaching and meet with you individually and really serve you the way I know I need to serve you in 30 minutes a week with multiple people. It won't work. You're also reclaiming your time. And for many of you, the idea of a full hour every week feels super overwhelming. 30 minutes feels doable. 30 minutes feels safe. 30 minutes feels like something you can fit into your very busy life. And again, the screen time reset is about reclaiming your time. You're already at full capacity. I know that. And I really want you to be able to say yes. And again, I cannot run a meaningful group coaching call in 30 minutes, but I can give you a very powerful one-on-one session in that window. So after a lot of prayer, reflection, and paying attention to what women actually need and talking to my coach, I am definitely shifting the screen time reset from a group program to a private, personalized one-on-one coaching experience. This isn't one size fits all. And honestly, it was never meant to be. And that wasn't what I was going to do anyway. And here's the exciting part. Once you complete the screen time reset and we reclaim your time, once we break those patterns and create space for healthier habits, you will finally be in the right headspace for what comes next, because the Success Lounge, yes, for those who've been with me since the very beginning, is coming back. It's a group coaching program. It will be very different from what it was before, but the name will continue. It's a group coaching program, but not everyone is starting with the same foundation. And so before we can do the group coaching, I need to be able to teach you these very important things via one-on-one calls. And so we will be talking about reclaiming our time, the healthier rhythms, reducing overwhelm, increased capacity, focus, and clarity restored. You cannot build consistent habits on top of distraction and overstimulation. And that's why step one, your non-negotiable starting point for the Success Lounge, is this reset. And listen, you might be thinking, I don't have a screen time issue. Okay. If you truly think you don't have time and you find yourself constantly saying, I don't have time, I promise you this reset is for you. We don't have to call it a screen time problem. We'll just call it what it truly is, reclaiming your time. This reset is about taking back the hours you don't even realize you've lost, so you can build a life that feels fully aligned with who God created you to be. Not perfect, not rigid, just intentional and with energy. Right now, you're probably overwhelmed and exhausted. I don't want that for you. And I know when you work with me, you will not be feeling exhausted, discouraged, and overwhelmed. You will leave every single call thinking, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I promise you, testimonial after testimonial after testimonial of every single person I've ever worked with. They may come to the call thinking, I really wanted to cancel this. But when they show up and we do this work, they leave with a fire in them that helps them continue on with their week. It's just what happens. And so I want to encourage you. I want you to pay attention to, number one, your screen time, but also how many times during the day do you say you don't have time? How many times are you using that as an excuse? Awareness is always the first step toward freedom. All right, friend, this is your bonus episode. Really, it was just an update and it felt like an email wouldn't do. And also some of you aren't on my email list, although I don't know why. You should be. Let's join that. I'll put the link to my email list in the show notes as well. But I'm really excited for you. I'm honored to walk with you in this. I want you to know, because one-on-one coaching with me is still more expensive than group coaching. I wanted to make this an easy yes still. And so for those of you who say yes early in January, you have up until January. And by the way, this means technically we don't have to start in January 8th or January 5th or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but whatever that day was, like, no. Since it's one-on-one, we start the week you want to start. If you really don't want to start until January, fine, we can wait until January. But if you want to start your calls now, we can totally start your calls now. But I want you to know, like, this is a prerequisite for what's coming with the Success Lounge and the group coaching experience that you will be able to join later. This is a prerequisite because it's giving you the solid foundation. If you've worked with me one-on-one and you've been like, oh my gosh, like I still want to be connected to you and all the things, and you miss the community piece as well. For those of you who are part of Success Lounge a long time ago, when the Success Lounge comes back, it's going to be better than ever. We're going to be working on reading our Bibles and moving our body and building community and continuing to say yes to the things that God has said for us to do and walk out our calling. But it really is about those healthy rhythms, healthy habits that are sustainable and setting us up to be able to do the work that God wants us to do. And so I'm really excited about the group coaching program. But again, before that comes, this is a prerequisite. The one-on-one is absolutely necessary for you to ever have the time to do the things that will be talked about in the group coaching program. And again, we got to get your time back. So let's reclaim your time and do it through the Screen Time Reset 101. Again, there's a discount for those of you who sign up early. You will be very grateful that you got the discount. So don't wait. Get in now while you can and save yourself some money, friend.